Antonio, you watched the game yesterday. Could you believe the Jets did everything they had to do, but still lost the game?
Yeah, it just seems like it's that kind of season for the Jets. I mean, what about the last drive by Geno Smith? I mean, beautiful execution to get the ball down the field, understanding the 2-minute situation, the clock, getting the ball out of bounds, making the correct throws, and you get a blocked kick. But it just seems like, whenever the Jets are right there, for some odd reason, this year especially, they're not getting the breaks, right? They're not getting the balls bouncing their way. They're not getting that one play you can say, man, that might just change our season around. They're getting the other ones. And I would say it has to be disappointing, especially for Geno Smith, with everything that he's been dealt with this year, to go into Foxborough, to play so well against Tom Brady, to put his team in a position to win, yet come up short again.
And they came up short against Denver, too. That was a one-possession game before the pick six. So I ask you, is that a coaching problem or is that a talent problem?
I'm going to go both. I do still agree and believe that when you look at the overall talent on offense and for what Geno Smith needs, they don't have it. Who's his guy, right? It's third and short, or I'm under duress. I need to get the ball away. I know I can throw it to this receiver or this tight end, this running back. They're going to make a play for me. He doesn't have that. And the coaching part is just, I think, situational football. I think sometimes with that New York media always lingering over your head, that the pressure does get to some people. And as much as it looks like Rex Ryan and that coach staff can handle it, the more and more you watch the game, you say otherwise.
It's time for What to Watch For, driven by Raleigh Motors. What do we watch for on Sunday? What do the Giants have to do to beat this Dallas team?
A lot. You got some bodies out there that they can throw out there. You need a wide receiver. You need a healthy running back. You need an offensive line that knows how to block again. I mean, just when we thought the Giants turned the corner, right, and this offense was moving, they ran into a buzzsaw the other day down there in Philadelphia, and hats off to Philly. They backed up their talk throughout that whole week. Yet, when you watch the Giants, and now you look at the loss of Victor Cruz, you have to ask yourself, how can they possibly win a game in Dallas Stadium? How can they do it? And I don't really have the answers because on the flip side of it, defensively, they're not doing a good job stopping the run. And here you go running into the top rusher in the National Football League and an offensive line that is playing out of their mind. I mean, Emmitt Smith might want to come out of retirement and play for that offensive line the way they're blocking and getting down the field. So if this is a game, and you're going to say a must-win game for the Giants, I think it's that times 10 because it's going to be a difficult challenge for them to go down there with as much as they got going wrong to beat a team like the Cowboys, who beat Seattle in Seattle. And I would bet all the money I got that wouldn't happen last week, and they did it.
So how did everybody get it wrong? I mean, you talked to so many people before the season started. Dallas is going to be the worst team in the division. They've got no defense. Romo's coming off of back surgery. How did everybody get it so wrong?
Well, we didn't believe that Jason Garrett, Jerry Jones, and them will believe in DeMarco Murray more than they believe in Tony Romo. And when you look at the stats and you look at the numbers, DeMarco Murray's leading every other rusher by, 50, 60, 70-plus carries throughout the league. You look in ball games, Romo's only throwing the ball less than 30 times. We're not used to seeing that. You're used to seeing Romo throw 40. If we keep waiting every game now, and I know I am, fourth quarter for, all right, they're going to let Romo throw the ball when they should run it. They're not doing it. They're like, you know what? Forget it. Get in the backfield, DeMarco Murray. I'm going to get on the center, Tony Romo. I'm going to hand the ball off, and we're going to go down and play smash-mouth football, and you're not going to do nothing about it. That's a Dallas team that we have not seen since the 90s. When I played, that team wasn't there.
All right, so what is Rob Marinelli doing on the other side of the ball? Because they lost Sean Lee to injury. DeMarcus Ware left as a free agent. What are they doing to be so efficient on defense?
Well, I think the new look, Rolando McClain, I think focused mentally, that has helped out big. Now, here's talking about a top 10 draft pick, talent all in the world, maybe mentally not there. He's came in and been a big plug and fixture in the middle for those guys. You're not seeing the holes and the gaps that we saw last year. If you just go back and think about that Denver game last year where guys just running around open in that secondary, it's not. Guys, either he simplified the defense enough or he's playing to the strengths of his personnel that he has these guys believing. And the one thing, they're playing like their hair is on fire. The Cowboys are playing fast football. They're playing confident football. They're playing with swag. And, again, these are words that we have not said for this defensive team in a long time.
So are they the best team in football?
No. I'm not ready to crown them yet. You got to be consistent.
Well, who is?
I don't ever like to jump at that in the month of October because nobody's going to remember the win versus Seattle or against the Giants this week if you do nothing in December. But if you want to just go, are they the hottest team right now? Mm-hmm. Yes. I think they're the hottest. I don't know about completing best. I think they still have work on special teams to do. You watch their punt return to drop balls. You watch their coverage units. They can get better in that sense, but they are the hottest team right now, and they're playing to their talent level.
How about this, Antonio? Coincidence or something that he's involved in? The Giants are 3-0 when John Beeson doesn't play. They're 0-3 when he plays. Coincidence?
That's tough to say because you're talking about a guy that was voted captain, who they just signed back out of free agency, who's on the market. Do I think he's healthy? No. Do I think he's playing, 60, 70%? Yes. Does that hurt his game? Yes. Does that hurt the Giants? Yes. So to back everything you're saying up, I kind of agree with you. But how do you take out probably the heart and soul of your team? Again, Antrell Rowe is that guy as well, but that's coming from the top end. You always got to have somebody in that middle layer, and he's that guy. So he has to find a way to get healthy. He has to find a way to be productive. But no way can you say that you don't need him in the lineup. No, you need him in the lineup. He just has to make plays and get productive. And really the whole thing is he has to get healthy. He's not healthy. He's never been healthy since he's been with the Giants, and that's been a problem for him. And now teams are exploiting that. They're creating that matchup problem.
Can the Cleveland Browns keep this up?
Impressive. I don't think any of us thought. I think by now we'd have thought Johnny Manziel would have been in the game. But give that coaching staff credit for believing in Hoyer, for believing in everything. They fought in some tough games. There's been some fourth quarter wins. I would have bet all my money again on that game last week against the Steelers that no way they're going to stop Big Ben and them. But they did an outstanding job in defense, and I think now you're starting to see a team that had a lot of young talent starting to mature. When you start maturing, you start believing. You start winning games. That builds a lot of different areas of your team that were weak to make them a little bit stronger. And when you talk about a team that doesn't have their best receiver, they only have Josh Gordon, and they're getting it done. So that's a credit to Brian Hoyer, first off, who, besides all this Johnny football crazy mania that we were dealing with, had his head focused and stayed in the game, and the coach staff believe in them and put in the plan that they're executing.
And one of the things we've learned from this little discussion, Antonio, I do not want you betting your life savings. You would have lost twice already, okay?
I'm broke, man. I'm broke. That's why I'm going to stick to analysts and not bet on games.
There you go. Have a great weekend.